So I thought I'd record this video today just to show you how it works whilst I'm in the trenches. So I researched this keyword previously, around like a good month back now. I keep a list of articles to target in a hit list on a Google Docs document. So I can see here that this is a fairly easy to target keyword. Reason being because the sites that are ranking for it have a pretty low domain authority and page authority and not that many backlinks. So you can see, you know, how many links. This stands for how many do follow authority links. So you can see, you know, there's not a lot here. I mean, this has quite a bit, 49, but this one here is not much, and that's ranking #1. Now I can see that they've used the keyword all in title, description and URL. So that means the permalink and the / will all have them. So if we were to just open any of these, you'll be able to see that, which I've already got open anyway, sorry. So I could have just went on there. Let's just delete that. So from here you can see that the keyword's there in the permalink, and then it's also here. So they are trying to actually target it. Now these sites are getting quite a bit of traffic. I know this one gets over 1 million views a month. Now you might look at it and think, you know, would you still target it? Yes, I would. Like personally, because of the amount of traffic that's behind this, I can see it has an average search volume of 40,000 searches per month. Now also what I want to see is how much traffic this particular site is getting whilst in #1. So this is not the true value of how much you can potentially earn on traffic, because this is just an estimate of how many people are searching it. So you can see obviously the keyword also is more popular in the earlier months of the year, and then as it gets later on towards, you know, the later part and then the beginning of the year again, it kind of drops down in popularity. So it's kind of a trending keyword. Now the reason why I think this is because, you know, it became popular recently, so it may be potentially dying down before it kind of spurs up again. But just taking a look at the rankings, this will show me how much potential traffic I can really get. So for this specific page here, you can see the URL traffic. So this is showing how much traffic this specific page is getting. So how much traffic this one page gets, okay? And I can see here that they're getting 61,731 page views per month on average. Okay, so although this is obviously 40,000, they're getting a whole 61,000 in traffic. Now the reason for that is because they're ranking for multiple keywords. Now this is how I find more keywords to target. So you can see here that they're not just ranking for this one keyword that we're trying to target, which was corgi husky mix or wherever it is, this one here or something. That was it, this one here. So although, and you might see a different search volume, sometimes it may do that, you know, it's a tool, these are all like guesstimate tools. But so anyway, if we look at this, you can see that they're ranking for all of these different terms. So they're not just ranking for this, they're ranking for all the similar terms. Now, do you think that they targeted all of these inside of this one post? And the answer to that is no, they didn't. What it is once you're ranking for a certain term, Google will then rank you for the relative terms, because it feels that this one post also can answer all of these queries and provide the best resource to all of them, which is why Google have ranked them for all of these terms. Now this shows you the average volume of how many of those how much those terms get per month according to the tool, and then it shows you the true value of how much traffic the actual page is getting by being in #1. So you can see here obviously that you've got 720 search volume, and then they only get 209. Now this could vary based on their title and how they've worded it, but obviously 2,400 searches in a position 1 ranking, and they earn about 696 per month off of that. This is pretty good, 14,000, and they're getting like 4,000 page views off of that one keyword. This one here, corgi husky mix, they're getting about 7,000 visits per month. You know, these ones are high as well, 9,000, huge amount. This one URL is like bringing in like loads of traffic. We're talking like, you know, over like 30,000 views or something in one page, you know. So it's a lot. It's more than my whole site combined. So you can see all these other keywords that you could potentially target as well. And this is how I go and find keywords, because I might note some of these down and then later on check them to see how easy they are to outrank. Now once I've got that keyword, the next thing I'm going to do is go over to the tool content content assistant, and then I'm gonna basically do two things. The first thing I'm gonna do is gonna check how much the average word count is for a page one ranking. So I can see obviously that the average first page word count is 2,907 words. So for me, I'll round that up to about 3,000. So that's what I've noted inside of my Google Doc. Okay, so I know I need to at least hit 3,000 words to even be considered. Now, so that's what that does, is it's basically taken all of the top 10 pages and worked out an average of how much content they have. So what Google wants for that particular query, this one here, yeah? Okay, now the next thing is keywords. Sorry, not keywords, questions. So I'm going to want to check like what other questions people are asking. Now, this is pulled from all different places, like, you know, forums and blog comments and all different places. And basically, it's finding all of the related questions around this particular query. So you can see like how friendly is the Corgi Husky mix, what does the Corgi Husky mix look like, and all of that. Now these can be used as subheadings. Okay, now the reason why you would want to use them as subheadings is it can help you gain featured snippets. So if you're answering this directly inside of a paragraph, you can potentially get ranked for that on a subheading, get ranked for that. So you might hit number one for that, number one for that, number one for that, which is how you end up something like where we saw that site ranking for like 235 keywords in one post. Okay, now I'll give you a good example of this. When we go down to this, you can see that's the keyword there. What is a Corgi Husky mix? So they're not just targeting Corgi Husky mix like they did here, they're also targeting that in a subheading. Now they're ranking for that. Corgi Husky mix temperament, that's another keyword. Corgi Husky mix weight, that's another one. That's another one there. That's another one there. That's another one there. You know, so they just use only keywords as subheadings, because I've been monitoring this site for a long time. Look, how long do they live? Corgi Husky mix breeders. They keep it a very like exact kind of match as well, like, which I noticed they exactly match. See, so this probably isn't a keyword, but that's still the keyword in there. See, so they still got it in there. And then they've got a ton of comments on this as well. Now, I can see they haven't got a lot of content on here, but the idea of what I'd want to know about this page is exactly how they've constructed the page. So I can see obviously they've got a picture of the mix here and just one ad, and then another nice big picture in the middle and another one. And then that's a book that they promote. That's their book on Amazon and whatever else. So it's a nice short post, which makes it good for me because I can get some long form content in and really attempt to outrank them. Now, once I've got this information, let me just get rid of this. Once I've got this information, I know that I need to write 3,000 words. I'm going to be looking for some nice keywords to get as subheadings. Now, the idea is once you've got this, the approach I take is asking myself the question of, how can I best answer all the questions that someone may have if they're looking for this? So you need to really place yourself in the position of the person who's searching. So if someone's searching for this, it seems like, you know, they're potentially looking at buying a dog like this and they're looking up more information on it. Or you could also have someone who's just keen and interested about this breed of dog. But the only reason why, again, is because they may potentially buy one in future. So that's why they've talked about breeders and all of that type of thing, because someone who's looking at this is going to want to know everything about it, and then they're going to want to make a decision on whether they're going to buy it or not. So if they do want to buy, then they're going to want a link or, you know, some type of further information on that, which is why they've targeted it. So you want to really target the appearance, the behavior, how friendly the dog is, family orientated, which comes under temperament and that type of thing, the max weight and height and all of those type of things, and then you want to basically conclude it with giving them, you know, links to a breeder, you know. So you can see like it's just appearance and all of that. Health, so health is another thing you want to target, and then also they might be looking at, you know, the options of how to buy, so price and, you know, adoption and all of that, which is the general kind of template that I follow for most of these informational posts. Now this is going to be like a guided post, so this is, I usually target about 2,500 words, but for this particular keyword it's going to require at least 3,000. Now the way I actually figure out how much content I need to write is this. I come in and I basically know I need to do 3,000 words. Now I know I only want to put like 200 words under each of these, which is like small. So 200 words is very, very small. It's only like from here to here, like about there. That's about 200 words. So I want to only write that much to break this up into nice sections so I can get this 3,000 very easily. So the way I do the maths equation is I just basically come over to my calculator here. I take 3,000 words. So this is the amount of words that you would like to write. And then you divide it by how many words you would like to put under each subheading, which for me in this case is 200. So I know that I need to do 3,000 divided by 200, and that gives me 15. Okay, so 15 subheadings is what I need. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'll just basically continue up to 15. Yep, just like that. So once I've got 15 subheadings, all I'll do is basically come back up here, and then I will best answer each subheading that I can. Now this is the introduction. So this is going to be a friendly, warm welcome of, you know, what sparked my interest to look into this dog and how I'm going to explain it to them throughout this guide and what they can find throughout the rest of the post. So this will kind of get them down that slide to start slipping down and reading the rest of it. Okay, because this needs to capture them. So I'm telling them it's a guide for all dog lovers. Now, you know, I'm going, what is it? Let's take a look at corgis. Let's take a look at huskies. So that's the parents. What does it look like? You know, all of this, temperament, weight and height. I'll go into like, you know, price, health, all of that. So the what kind of health do corgi husky mixes have? Yep, all of that. So I'll continue that until I get down all the way. And the last one, you can always cheat and just do that last one as a conclusion for the last 200 words. So I usually just write that in just to know that I'm getting close. So I know I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'll get that done. Now, all I would do is basically just answer these queries. And if you don't know the answers, it makes it so easy. Because if you didn't know, just say, for example, we was under this one and we didn't know what it is, you would just go like, you know, a husky, like you type in like husky. I'll just type in like, what is, or like, husky dog wag walking or something like that, because that's a good site for this stuff. They break it all down really good. So what it is and what I explained to you guys, this site's really good because it breaks it all down really easy to understand. See, so it tells you all about, you know, how often you brush it and all of that. Now, what it is, although that you're getting information from other sites, you never want to copy. You always want to put things into your own words. But the idea of this is that you're going to provide the best resource for this query. So although you might have pulled this from Wag Walking, you might have pulled that from Wikipedia, you might have pulled this from different sites, the idea is you basically combine that all into this one page that's going to provide the best resource for this one query. So for anyone who's searching for this, this will be the best resource on the internet. And that's the idea that you need to have. And once you've done 200, 200, 200, in which you can check by pressing Command C, Shift on a Mac and Control Shift C on a PC Windows, it will bring up how many words you've done. So if I was to do that, it would look like this. I'll show you. So it shows you how many words you've done. Yeah, 61 on this occasion. Now, also what I would do is once I've written the first paragraph, I always write the first one just to get that feel. The next thing you can do to finish off the rest is just basically like if it was like, what is a corgi mixed husky? I would go to tools and then voice typing, and then I'll just go to click to speak, and you can see here, so you can see exactly how this works. Full stop, new line. This is exactly how I write all of my content, which makes it really easy to do. Full stop. And then you can manually also control like the space bar and stuff. And this is the whole video in a nutshell. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I would then go and edit all of this afterwards and make all of the corrections using my Grammarly plugin at the top, just up here. And I would also correct all of the capital letters by just reading back through this post. I don't add any images inside of this at this point in time, as I'm purely focused on writing content. And then you can press escape to get out of that. Okay, but it's really good. And also, if you wanted to put an image, all I do is just put a little bracket or something and then put image goes here. Very plain, basic English. And that's it. So I know that's going to go there. And sometimes I put that in bold and I just keep doing it with the voice typer. So this, people, is how I write like 3,000 words in the space of like an hour and a half. You know, people ask me like, how do you write so much content? How do you write so much content? This is exactly how I do it. So I hope this helps you. And if it did, then make sure to leave a like and a subscribe. Okay, thank you. And I'll speak to you soon. So I just wanted to show you exactly how this actually goes as well, just before this video ends. It's just in a little bonus part of the video. So you can see that I've written 200 words, and the idea behind this is what I'm doing is I've basically written this introduction to the post, and what I'm trying to do is let them know that I've got the answers that they're looking for. So I've placed myself in the same position as where they would be and trying to look through their glasses in that sense. So they are obviously, you know, going to be cruising through the internet looking at this beautiful dog and probably, you know, wondering more on where they can get one, what it looks like, all of these different things. So that's what I'm kind of describing here that I've been up to. And then also I target a little bit about the problem that they may have, which is this dog is really hard to find if you want to buy one. So that's the resource, and that's the actual, you know, focus of this post, is I'm actually going to provide that to them at the end. So it's just letting them know that I've got the answer. And then also at the end of every 200 words, so this was 220, look, so I'll show you. 219, so you can see how short 200 words is. I've got my 15 subheadings now, and all I'm going to do is just fill in the blanks. Okay, and this will help you to get snippet positions as well, if you can best answer each specific query. Okay, and also at the end of each paragraph, each little one, every single one, you'll get into the habit of using these little carryovers, I call them. So it just basically carries people over to the next part. So I'm like, so keep reading. That's like the big thing I'm saying here, subliminal. Yeah, keep reading, as we'll be placing the Corgi Husky mix under the microscope. Yeah, so I'm saying keep reading because we're going to find out all this information. Then on the next one, I'll say continue on to find out about the parents, or, you know, or you wouldn't believe what I found out about how this dog looks. Take a look on the next section, or whatever. All of those things keep people in the loop. So each time they read, they're like, oh, keep reading. Okay. You know, it's like they don't really think about it. They just do it and they just read on, you know. So that's what you want to do.